What's up homies, it's Azza and welcome back to another video. Today, as the title says, I'm going to be preparing for online classes and hopefully this will help motivate you guys or give you some tips and tricks on how to prepare for your online classes. I usually remove my trash can out of the background of the videos, but I forgot. I just don't like, having a symbolic representation of myself in the background. Okay, all better. So this semester, all my classes, except for one, are online solely. One is what my school's calling the blended model, where instead of meeting 2 times a week, we meet once a week. So yeah, let's get into it. What am I doing? I always ask myself this because I always gotta do something weird because I don't know how to transition. I'm sorry. First thing I'm going to do is clean my surroundings, my room, because most of the time, or about half the time, I think I'll be doing school in my room or in the open in like the kitchen or something like that. But when I'm in here, I definitely want to have a clean environment. Sometimes I can still just feel like cluttered and surrounded when it's like super messy and just like I can't focus in my own room. However, I'm not gonna show myself like cleaning my whole room because it is too much of an embarrassment. The second thing I'm going to do is clean off this desk. I reorganized it a while ago, but it's definitely gotten messy again. I want to have clean space, not only in the whole environment, but also where I'm going to be actually doing my work. Okay, here it is, a lot more cleaned off. I know it's not the best. In my head, this is organized to me, and it is definitely a clear desk right here. The next thing I'm going to do is set up Notability for the next semester. You can see here that I have like little tabs for year 1 fall, year 1 spring, summer, fall, spring, summer for year 2, and this is technically my 3rd year. So I'm going to close that and then hit new divider. Fall semester 2020. So then I'm going to add a new subject for all the classes I have. The next thing I'm going to do is import all my syllabi into Notability because I really like to write on them, cross out the deadlines when I'm done so I just can keep up with it and I don't have to keep logging in online to look at it. The next thing I'm going to do is actually read the syllabi so I can get an idea of how I need to lay out my schedule for each day to do class and what textbooks I need. So I'm going to take time to do that. That's very important to like always read the whole thing and make sure you don't miss any details. I also went ahead and just checked my email here, and the one class I thought was going to be blended and technically you're supposed to go to school like once a week for that class instead of 2. It's actually just meaning that there are online synchronous meetings. So all my courses, like I said before, are asynchronous. And that means you can just not do it at your own pace. You just have to meet deadlines, but do it whenever. But synchronous, he has certain times to meet online. So now that I've looked at all the syllabi, I'm going to just write out my schedule that I want to follow to keep up with like assignments and when I'm going to do schoolwork. I don't want to do work for every single class every single day if I don't have to. I want to be able to spread it out. I looked at the syllabi and they seem to follow the original meeting times. I'm just going to write it down on a sticky note and you stick it right here in front of me. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on for that day. Alright, so here it is, just simply written out. It's really not much, but I don't want to have to go pull up what I think I'm supposed to be doing every day. Nor do I want to fill up my calendar blocking out distinct times or making it an all-day thing. I like to keep my calendar pretty clean except for like really important things, and I know this schedule, this structure will get stuck in my head eventually and I won't have to keep looking at it. Alright, so now I'm going to look at buying textbooks. I'm not going to actually purchase them yet. I'm going to probably wait until classes actually start. I have found that buying the textbook before class is usually a bad move, or renting it before class is usually a bad move, because some of the professors just put it on the syllabus because that's what their course is supposed to have as a textbook. and they just don't use it. So sometimes you end up buying it and the professor's like, oh, you don't need it. And then you're like, dang, I already rented it. I can't get my money back. I already bought it. Where am I supposed to sell it off now? Heyo, I'm doing a voiceover here because I couldn't put this all very concise. I was rambling and repeating myself in this section. But I wanted to share with you guys where I get my textbooks. I don't buy them from my school because the school usually overprices them. They usually have it for like 2 times more. So instead, I usually rent them off of Amazon or try to find a free PDF version, because if your class is using an older edition or says it's okay to use an older edition, you can usually find them online. But for some reason this semester, all the books I needed were not on Amazon for rent or like a cheaper version. Instead, I did look for like free PDF versions. I was able to find half of my textbooks on a website called Academia. If you don't mind using like a PDF ebook type thing, this is great. I don't usually mind it because I just import it to my iPad and I can directly write notes on it, or have, 2 notes pulled side by side, or have it up on my laptop. So definitely check that out. Or eBay is also another option. I have only bought a few things off of there, but they're usually like expensive with shipping, so I tend to stay away from that. So the next thing I just want to mention is one of my tips. I write my notes, I don't type them. You remember a lot. There's like scientific research where you remember things more if you write it down by hand. So I advise that, but if you only have a laptop and you don't want to invest in notebooks or really hate writing down all your notes by hand, I would say you should at least download the PowerPoint your professor has already uploaded online. If they don't do that, that sucks, but a lot of professors do that. You can type directly into the PowerPoint or in the notes section under the PowerPoint slide. It doesn't even have to be on it, but do that and then take the time. Just go back when you study and write down the key points. All right, so the next thing for me is putting a to-do list in my reminders app. I just like having a to-do list and crossing things off to keep me motivated. And the way I usually do this is just by on Sunday night before the school week starts, I write down my to-do list for the whole week. And if I have like a big like paper due the next week, I'll add it there as a reminder to keep working on it. So I like to do that weekly, because if I like put everything in my calendar, then I still forget about things. Things might get changed around and I'll forget to change it. I just don't like having like a super cluttered calendar for every little assignment, but I don't mind having a to-do list right on my iPad, and that always works well for me. And I just like going week by week and staying up to date. So here's my list. It's kind of long and it's day by day, of course. You can do other like lists and organize it more, but this is just how I like to do it. I put all the little things, certain videos to watch, assignments, meeting times. I use the priority function, which adds these little blue exclamation points, and it's easy to move things around. You just click on it and you change the due date. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is get different apps and stuff I need for school. This is a new laptop, so I don't even have Microsoft Word downloaded or anything. Yay, another voiceover. I accidentally lost the footage to this part, but I just had 2 more tips to share with you guys. The first one was clean out your book bag. I know for me, it kind of gives it a whole new refresh, and I know it's sort of similar to having your environment, desk, and all that clean too. And plus, my book bag can just get kind of nasty throughout the semester, so definitely do that. And the second thing was to go ahead and start taking notes if you get your textbooks, or to definitely do some of the early assignments like a pre-test or something you need for the class. Like, go ahead and get ahead if you can. Alright, so that's everything I'm doing to prepare for class. I hope that was helpful. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are. I'll see you guys next video. Bye!